Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo.
Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Hello there. Good evening to you. Good afternoon. Good morning to you from wherever you're watching from, or whatever time you are watching this video. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. For those of us who have been following the latest development in Yoruba land, where the Yorubas have been speaking in different tones about the increasing insecurity in Yoruba land. Thank you so much to all of you who have been following this development. And it got to a point where, thank you very much, Director Scott. It's good to see all of you. It's good to have you back again tonight. Yeah, let's do it. It's just like an update on what we have been following for the past 1 week. We have been reporting the increased insecurity in Yoruba land. Same way we have been discussing and reporting the insecurity in every part of Nigeria. We have had people who have come together to demand that the only solution to all this insecurity is to part ways with Nigeria. We have the Oduduwa Republic campaigners. We have the Biafran Republic campaigners. We have Arewa Republic guys who said if Nigeria breaks, they will be glad to have their own country too. So what hasn't really taken place is that we haven't really agreed on when they are going to sit together and break up this marriage. But the point there is that Nigeria is now tilting towards that stage, even for those who don't want that to happen. For those who want that to happen, it's a good news. For those who don't want that to happen, you won't have choice, because those in charge of Nigeria, they know about the injustice, about the impunity, about the systemic corruption that has kept every part of Nigeria underdeveloped. There's nowhere developed at all. Therefore, there is no, before now, they didn't democratize this greed and inequality. But over time, they got exposed. And here we are. People say they can't live together with people who are killing them, no matter what the incentives are. Yorubas were watching. On the ground, people were moving, discussing, what can we do? Kilamashe, Kinikashe, Shirka, even Agbekoya came out to say, see, guys, if you are doing this Fulani herdsmen nonsense. Don't bring it to Yoruba land. Yoruba will always fight to defend their land. And when that time comes, Yoruba will speak with one voice. And that will be the shocker. We know religion and politics have divided everyone more than you can ever imagine. But we are Yorubas. When our security and safety are really threatened, people will come back together in unison. And one way or the other, people always win. And in this case, people who have tried this in the past, when they push Yorubas to react, even when the political class in Yoruba land fail to react, when Yorubas react, yeah, they always pull back on whatever agenda they are pushing, except if they have become so overconfident, because that's what we have now in Nigeria. These guys have become so emboldened, overconfident that they can, they can go anywhere. Some people are trying to use political correctness, right, to decide on how this issue should be approached. But Mahazi Nnamdi Kanu told the whole world. Many didn't believe him. Many of you still don't believe him. But you're going to agree with him in the long run. Yeah, you may not like his way, his approach, or the way he says his things, but he says them anyway. Therefore, things will begin to take shape for you to begin to agree with him. He will get there. So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, Fulani terrorists, they don't understand negotiation. There's nothing like, let us negotiate, let us talk, peace talk. The only thing the Fulani terrorists understand very, very well is that if you match them, gun for gun, man for man, and you know what I mean, and let posterity decide who stays. So they said at that point, Fulani will be asking you for negotiation. They will be asking that we didn't mean to cause this problem. In fact, we are peaceful, just what is happening now. But if you go to them and say, please, let's talk, we are brothers, you don't need to. When that doctor they killed in Igangan, the man that returned from Germany, a Yoruba man, returned to Nigeria, spoke to his father gave him his land, and this guy started the farm. A big one, mechanized farming, and he brought in some of the young boys in the village to work there. The Fulani terrorists will continue to attack the farm, destroy the farm. And one day the guy went there with some guys. I said, let's go and talk to them. The story is when the guy got there, right, to speak to them and say, why are you guys doing this? You are destroying my this and that. They just held him. They just grabbed him, right? They tied him, tied his hands, tied his legs. Those who went with him ran away. By the time they came back, they found him butchered. That's the story of that man, just next to his village, to his father's village in Igangan. That was when the news got to Sunday Adeyemo. Do you get that now? That was when Sunday Adeyemo was called upon, that we have reported to the police, we have reported to the government, but this guy seems to be unstoppable. Even Seyi Makinde, the state governor, people are saying that we misunderstood him. People are saying that he's trying to be diplomatic. Why are you going to be diplomatic when they are killing your people? On what ground would you defend the killers and tell your people not to react? So that was where we were yesterday. So Sunday Igboho went. I'm going to give you a quick reminder. I love doing that so that it will make sense to those who are watching me for the first time. Okay, where did this start from? It all started from after the people of Igangan in the Barapa local government area of Oyo State, when they cried for help. Amotekun went there to help them. When Amotekun cops got there, right, the Fulani terrorists opened fire on the Amotekun corps. These are the government agencies, legalized security of Oyo State. They went there because the people in the area called them for help. Do you get that now? So when Amotekun got there, Amotekun killed 7 of them. 7 reportedly killed and arrested 46. That should have been a deterrent to those who are still committing that crime in the area. It wasn't. Within 24 hours, the government of Oyo State, Amotekun, and everybody, they were forced to change the story from Fulani terrorists attacking Amotekun for coming to Ibarapa. They changed the story to no. Those who attacked us are not Fulani. Do you get that now? They are not Fulani. They are some bandits, foreign bandits. And those we arrested with guns in the forest, they were not Fulani bandits. They are not terrorists. They were vigilantes. Vigilantes walking in. So vigilantes shooting you. You overpower them, grab their guns, arrested them, only to change the story 24 hours later. So all hope was almost lost. All hope lost. Yoruba seems to be like, that's us. Who are we going to call now? Who are we going to talk to? Then the people of Igangan, they called Sunday Adeyemo. Within 48 hours, Sunday Adeyemo landed in Igangan. So they told him the story of what happened. If anyone tried to go into that place to talk to those people, they will grab you, they may kill you. And that was exactly what happened. When Sunday Adeyemo and his guy, and his crew, when they got there, when they got to Igangan and to the Seriki Fulani, I didn't know that we have Seriki Fulani in Yoruba land. Seriki Fulani, they have their own land and all of that. They speak Yoruba, but they are Fulani. So Sunday Adeyemo met with Seriki Fulani, and before you know it, one of them just brought out a gun, pointed gun at him. It's just usual. But because Sunday Adeyemo didn't go just all by himself, right? He went there with crowd. I'll show you that. So they couldn't really attack, but they were eager. So they were waiting that, oh yeah, let's start. So they grabbed the gun from the first one. Before you know, the second one brought out another gun. And in fact, shot at Sunday Adeyemo and his crew. They managed to grab the gun from him as well. That was when Sunday Adeyemo said, you know what? If you are not going to produce those who are kidnapping our people in this axis, in this area, in this local government area, if you won't produce them, you said you are selling cow, yeah? And look at your garage. You are living inside this forest, living inside the partially completed building, and you have cars that each of them worth more than 15 million, 20 million naira cars, expensive automobiles. That was what they saw. So that made them feel like, you, Seriki, your boys, they have guns. You said you are selling cows. You said your own people have been kidnapped before. Now, you know what? We know those who are attacking our people are from here, and we want you to fish them out. We give you 7 days. 7 days. If I come back here in 7 days and you are still, you don't produce those guys, right? If I come back here in 7 days and you are still here and you don't produce those guys, that will be war. That was what Sunday Adeyemo said. That was what led to that, the 7 days ultimatum. And as expected, Yorubas started dividing themselves. They started, those who wanted to use political correctness, they started saying, nobody should be threatening anybody. Everybody can live anywhere in Nigeria. It's the law. The governor even came out to say that too. Then people are also saying, listen, what are you talking about? So if you want to live in anywhere, should you go and live in their forest? And if you want to live in their forest, who told you that forest has no owner? How can you move to an area, move to their forest, and you are saying you have right to live anywhere? Can any Yoruba man go to Igbo land and grab a land? Or can any Igbo man go to Hausa land or Fulani or any other land in anywhere? Can you even go to anywhere in Nigeria and just grab any land and say because you are a Nigerian? So you know that theory will not gel, okay? So finally, people started sending threats. Igboho should be arrested. And people are saying, why? Ondo State governor said the Fulani terrorists should leave Ondo State within 7 days. So that's the governor. Those who replied in were the president of Nigeria, the presidency they call themselves, who have no solution to all these problems. They have no solution. So they are now saying you have no right to send anybody away. Does that mean that those who are occupying the forest have the right to stay in the forest? Like, seriously? Now that crimes are being reported, identities of those living in this forest are unknown. So does that now mean that because they have the right to live anywhere, then that's it? Nobody can do or say anything. So in this regard, Sunday Igboho said, the people were like, maybe Sunday Igboho won't be able to show up in Igangan. They were now counting days. The governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, came out and he said, nobody has right to send anybody out of Oyo State. As if to say the intention, the purpose was to send out every legitimate resident of Oyo State. Everyone known to be living in Oyo State is being sent out of Oyo State. So that was the position they are trying to pull. And some people were even saying, if they fail to stop Sunday Igboho, they were going to try and declare state of emergency in Oyo State. Yorubas saying that there will be a state of emergency in Oyo State. And also, Seyi Makinde himself will never get any second term. Well, maybe he's not going to get it anyway. Either way, if he failed to support the people who gave him the power in the first place, okay? Then the next thing is that maybe it's also going to affect Yoruba producing president in 2023. Then they are like, come on, if you produce president in 2023, is he going to be president over dead bodies? Are you going to be showing him the dead bodies of those that are killed simply because you don't want to offend the people that will give you your 2023? So all these arguments were all in effort to make sure that possibly they stop Sunday Igboho. So Sunday Igboho to the rescue. Today, I am happy to tell you that he did not just go to Igangan, because his intention was not to cause any war, but he knows that the only thing they know and understand is this same violence they are bringing to our people, our harmless people. So he went there today. He didn't go alone. He went with loads and loads of young people who have been waiting, reading the news. They want to see what will happen. What's going to happen today? Is he going to be arrested? Is he going to be attacked? Is there going to be their usual ethnic war and the rest? Well, none of that happened. Give me a sec. I think I am having a freeze here. Very sorry about that. I have this glitch, so it's not going to let me move about the way I would so I have to quickly fix that. So sorry. Let me know if the audio is still very much okay, and if the picture is still clearer as it should be before we continue. So I'm going to take you to how it all started. How did we get to a point whereby the people of Igangan, who no longer believe that the government can protect them, decided to call on Sunday Igboho, a Yoruba activist, fighting for what those elected to fight for failed or ignored or pretended not to be happening. So this is how it all started for those who want to catch up before I show you what happened in Igboho. Today, it's a long clip and we're going to watch everything as our catch up today. Watch this.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ni ẹ ti ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu àwọn ará ìlú gbèlú ní ìlú Ìgọ̀gọ̀ nínú pàlàpàlà uncompleted building tí àwọn ajínigbé Fúlàní Bòròró tí wọ́n ti ń gba owó lọ́yàn tó tún máa pààyàn níbẹ̀. Inú building náà ni bàbá ń wọ̀ báyìí. Ẹ ṣáájú.
Hold up.
Àwọn Fúlàní náà ni wọ́n sá lọ lọ́nà òwe.
Ẹ wo wọn. Àṣẹ́bí ìlàwọ̀ rẹ̀ wá sàpamọ́ sílẹ̀ tó. Àṣẹ́bí ni wọ́n àrọ́ sílẹ̀ tó.
Wọ́n ti lé wọn lọ. Wọ́n ti lé wọn lọ.
Àwọn wọ́n lé lọ. Ibi lẹ́lẹ́ ọ̀gá
wọ́n ti gba 6 million lọ́wọ́ èèyàn. Wọ́n ti gba 6 million tá tí gbogbo aráàlú yọ̀ mọ̀ pé bí ìnáwó wà.
Ibi wọ́n ń gbé bọ̀ ní.
ẹni tí wọ́n jí gbé gan kò mọ bí wọ́n gbóhùn sí. pẹ̀lú ògbó ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú agbára ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú ìrànlọ́wọ́ yín sà. Ìgbòho sà ó bára dá dúró tó ti bà náà ní bákọ̀.
kẹ́yìn náà kẹ́ dìde kò ṣe fún kọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ kọ́ máa rí yín mọ́. ó yá aṣáájú ti wà báyìí ó yẹ gbéra kẹ́ dìde. ó ṣàgbéná. aṣáájú ti wà ẹ dìde kẹ́ support.
àwọn ni wọ́n lọ ní àwọn tú ni adébáyé wọ́n tú ni àwọn ni wọ́n lé lójú odò ni wọ́n tú gidigidi eré burúkú o adébáyé ni wọ́n àsàpamọ́ sí ilé wọn ní.
So people didn't expect him that he would go, especially when Seyi Makinde, the Oyo State governor, said he must not go on that trip, or else, because he's ordered the security agencies to act and stop any citizen who wants to take law in his hand and all of that. That was what Seyi broadcasted yesterday to Oyo people, that he was not in support of Sunday Adeyemo going to the place, because they know it's never going to be, the same. But surprisingly, there was no violence. There was no, anything. Sunday Adeyemo led his own team. Before then, this morning at his residence in Ibadan, so he hosted so many young people, his boys, and there's so many other young Yorubas who are there today to give him the support. Younger note, some stood at different stops in Ibadan. It was a big event, by the way, and they all drove down to Igangan today. The same place where Sunday Adeyemo told the Fulani that I will be coming back in 7 days. If I come back here in 7 days and you fail to produce those who have been kidnapping our people, and you are still here, we are going to start a war. Like it should be prepared for me. I'm not going to be talking to you this way. It's going to be more terrible than this. Well, Igboho entered the Igangan today with his team, defying the the threat of Seyi Makinde, or the threat of Abuja, or every other threat that he said he received prior to today. He was in Igangan today for several hours, and the news was the Fulani terrorists in that area, they have vacated the area. We didn't get video coverage so far, but the updates, I'm waiting for so many updates later tonight on what happened. But let me share with you how it went in Igangan today. So for you to know that what Yorubas are waiting for, the Yorubas are waiting for genuine leaders, okay? And if those who are parading themselves as Yoruba leaders, if they fail because of politics, if they fail to realize this, that Yorubas are looking for leaders, the leaders that will speak directly to their heart, that will speak from his own heart directly to their heart, the one that will speak things that represent Yoruba, not the one that will continue to bury or to plant fear in them every time they want to stand up to demand for what rightfully belongs to them. Now they are being captured in their home. So they need leaders. So if those people fail to take leadership position and give this generation of Yorubas the leadership we deserve, our ancestors, if they have to raise a stone will be raised to fulfill a mission for this generation. You may not be seeing the sign, but let me take you to Igangan today. It was meant to be a fearful stuff today, as expected or as projected by the agent of doom, those who are still politically affiliated to their misery, to their unfortunate Nigeria. So those Yorubas that were waiting for today to either see Sunday Adeyemo and his guys attacked, killed possibly, or Sunday Adeyemo and his guys arrested, paraded as common criminals, while those who are kidnapping our mothers, our fathers, our farmers, our people, our travelers in Yoruba land, those who are kidnapping them will continue with their business as usual. I told you that part of the agenda was to make sure that every outspoken person in Yoruba land is completely either killed or exiled.
is the plan. So the rest of you that will stay around, they will then plant that fear in you that you will never have the courage to stand up. I know it will be difficult to achieve that in Yoruba land. The most thing that will happen is that all the Yoruba political leaders, religious leaders, they will lose their relevance and new leaders will rise up. Because Yorubas, it is obvious now, Yorubas need leaders. They need leader, somebody that is honest, truthful, and tell Nigeria that it is over. We are done. We're no longer going to shift. Every time they tell us, they bend us over to rape us. That's what they have been doing to the Yorubas for the past 60 years. And they are paying peanuts to those scavengers, scroungers, pickpockets we call political leaders in Yoruba land. This generation, with what I am seeing so far, this generation will push and push them away. Get new leaders, and it won't matter where they come from, because they are desperate for one, right? Let's go to Igangan. What happened today? It wasn't gunfire. It was fanfare. People were happy. See them. Serious. Let's start with this.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! A ti wà ní Igangan báyìí.
Olóyè Sunday Igboho ní Igangan. Bàbá Sunday Adeyemo wọ́n wà ní ìlú Igangan báyìí. Ẹ bá sọ fún gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pa ń retí ẹ̀. Ó wà ní Igangan live and direct.
We are here live at Igangan now. You can see olórí burúkú àwọn ọmọ alẹ́ Yorùbá tán ní pé bàbá wa ò ní lọ síbẹ̀. Igangan la wà báyìí. Jẹ́ máa fún lẹ́yìn. Máa lọ. Àwọn tí wà ní. You are live in Igangan tí àwọn ọmọ àlè olórí burúkú tó wá láàárọ̀ tó sọ pé bàbá ò ní lọ síbẹ̀ àti inú bẹ̀ là ń lọ báyìí o. Dada, what's one of the just no, hey, what you don't say? No, what you say?
Second man Sunday Igboho. And then you get me back to Ọ̀yọ́. Ẹ jáde báyìí. Ó bàjẹ́. Ìyá jẹ́ wá gan.
Bako, ìyá jẹ́ wá mọ́tò wá bàjẹ́ sáṣẹ ṣáàtà mọ́tò yìí o. Mi lè gẹ́dà nu. Bá mi mú power bank yẹn kí n máa fi ṣáàjẹ́ ó ti fẹ́ kú. Bá mú dání. Má ọ̀rì jẹ́ ká máa lọ lẹ́yìn. Power bank mi ò strong. Power bank mi. Mo ń ṣèkẹ̀ ṣé ikọ́ ti rẹ̀. Àwọn lè máa já mi lẹ̀ lọ. Igangan, we are live in Igangan. A ti wà ní Igangan báyìí. Ṣé láti bàbá wa Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho wọ́n fẹsẹ̀ rìn lọ níwájú. Ẹ ti wo wájú. Ẹ wo crowd níwájú. Bàbá wa Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho ọ̀hún lè ṣe ìlérí kó má mú ṣẹ. Olórí burúkú làwọn Princess Adéwálé Princess Adéwálé tó wá ṣe fídíò níwájú ilé bàbá ayé wọn ní dá ẹ̀ ní kúre àwọn ọmọ lọ́tẹ̀ wọ́n tá bá ti mú yẹn máa pa yín ni ẹ̀yin.
So that's the entrance, the grand entrance. So Sunday Igboho left Ibadan for Igangan in Ibarapa. I don't know how many hours drive, but when they got to Igangan, where they believe that it is the village next to the kidnappers' den, around that area, he came out of his car. He saw all those guys. People joined him, more crowd, more as he was. He decided to walk into the town. He said the royal fathers, the king, the Oba in the areas, the palace, all the leaders, all the traditional rulers in the area, they called him to come to their rescue. Soldiers couldn't save them. Nigerian police couldn't protect them. Amotekun cannot protect them. Seyi Makinde is jittery about the insecurity situation in Oyo State for whatever reason, which I don't know. These people wrote, they called Sunday Igboho to please come to their rescue if he can help them. And that is our own Yoruba activist that we know now. He said it. He said he wasn't looking for violence. No violence, no. These guys committed crime. We want to see them. People said whenever they try to challenge them, they kill more. Now we want to see them too. We want to see those killing people. They should come out. Or else everybody should leave. Since you cannot produce those who are killing our people, kidnapping them. Yorubas need leadership. You want to see Yorubas who claim to be our leaders in Yoruba land, whether PDP or APC, or it doesn't matter now. It doesn't even matter anymore. Whether they are Christians or Muslims, I don't care anymore. But at least, will you at least believe and accept that to become a leader of the people, you must represent them in everything, in their yearnings and their demand. In this case, Yorubas are groaning under the hardship, the insecurity brought upon them by these invading terrorists. You know another reason why terrorism is going to increase so badly in Osun State, in Oyo State, and in Ondo State? For some reason, these guys have discovered all the gold reserves in Yoruba land. So they need to kill people, grab the land, and begin to drill this gold. This is a true life story. The Seriki Fulani, among his, as part of his own defense, he said that the people who are killing everybody, kidnapping everybody, they are not his own people. They are those who came from Kebbi, Nasarawa, Jigawa, Yobe, Borno, who are working as miners, who are digging in the deeper forest, digging for gold. Nigerian government probably have no clue about that. Or your state government maybe have no clue about that. But we have heard all these reports of all these, excavation, drilling for gold. And they will need to take your land before they can drill gold on it. If they find your land and they realize there's gold on it, all they will need to do is just bring cows onto your farm, destroy the farm, pretend there is war, scare you away, and begin to drill your ground. Your land. This is going to affect Yorubas economically. As worse as Nigeria is, we still have our Yoruba farmers, mothers, fathers in these villages. They have been there for centuries, from generations to generations. They feed from what they plant, from what they grow. And here we are. They will stop them from growing. Nigeria won't help them. No government will help them. By the time these economic ruins come, some of them will end up in IDP camp because people want to be politically correct. They don't want to offend people. They want to be careful. They want to do this. You know what I mean? And they are even talking about 2023. Like 2023 over who? Over dead people. And you will be a proud Yoruba that will watch your people live in makeshift camps because they are running away from those who have chased them away of their villages. It's not going to be about cows. It's not going to be herdsmen. It is more. And if you don't have people who say enough, it doesn't mean that they won't push. They will still push. But they also know that there are young people who are ready to defend Yoruba land if they have leadership that will tell them that they are doing the right thing. And Igboho is doing the right thing. And that is why it wasn't abused, booed, or attacked when it got to Igangan today. That's just the first part of the entrance. I've got 2 more I'm going to share with you. I just need to chip that in for you to know that all these videos you are watching, all these things you are reading, all this development that you are seeing today, they are signs to tell you that things are changing. Those who are holding Yoruba to be part of Nigeria for their own selfish gain, they are dying, their generation is passing, and this generation that is coming, they will make leader out of their own aspiration. And as we are seeing it, it will be a matter of time. You would expect people to be scared because their leaders have told them that they should be scared. Why won't you be scared? If a state governor says, if you try that, I'm going to arrest you, won't you be scared? But people are not scared because they have somebody that is not scared. And he wants them that I'm going to lead. If they are going to kill all of us today, they too, they will not go back home complete. And I like that. It's just to tell you that in Yoruba, ma fi oko mi down no. Ọjọ́ kan ni èèyàn máa ń kọ́. Oko ò dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ ti bàbá tọmọ kó má làálàá. Ma foko mi down no. What that simply mean in English, I'll just try anyway. Means that don't use my farm as your footpath. Okay? So if somebody is walking by and has to cross your farm, match your crops, you have to stop that one day. You have to tell them, listen, don't do this again. If you try this again, I'm going to actually fight you. With that, they may stop making your farm their footpath, destroying your crop. You have to do it one day. And there is no way you will say this farm will belong to a father and this other one belong to the son without having a boundary. Do you get that now? That is what the true son of Yoruba land, that is what they did today. It's just a message. Let those who are going to be the saboteurs because of their selfish interest, because of their own personal gain, let them go back to drawing board and begin the process of attacking their own brothers. Someone told me that Sunday Adeyemo has been declared wanted by Seyi Makinde. I haven't seen the news, but trust me, when I see that, I will update you in details as well. So where are we? Let's continue. When they go to Igangan today, Royal Treat Forever event. Thank you so much for your super chat. And then I'll read that out before I continue. Evening, Maiyegun, you are doing a great job. Thank you. May Almighty Allah perfect all that concerns you. Amen. Allahumma ameen. So the way you are concerned about Nigerians matters, love you. I love you too. I'm actually more concerned about the Yorubas, but because our destiny is currently attached to the unfortunate Nigeria, until that is separated, yeah, I'm concerned about everyone for now. So thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Let's continue into Igangan, where you're going to see the people who gathered and waited for Sunday Igboho's address. And I'm also going to share with you, when they decided to leave, there was no gunshot, there was no violence, there was no riot, there was no nothing, except for those that might be orchestrated by the enemies of Yorubas, who are also within, the enemies within. I'll talk about them before we go. Let's go to the second part.
Oh yeah! Àti wà ní Ìgangan báyìí. Yoruba nation now. Ṣé Nàìjíríà mọ́ ọmọ ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ jíire ni wá. Yoruba nation now. Ṣé ti rí? Ó yẹ ẹ máa ṣí ẹ. Wájú ni mo fi wọ̀nyí ẹ wẹ̀yìn. Chief olóyè Sunday Adeyemo Igboho kò sá. Àwọn ló ń lídìí wa lọ báyìí. Tí àwọn olórí burúkú àwọn ọmọ àlè, àwọn olórí burúkú tó sọ yìí pé bàbá ti gbowó owó tó gbà ìyá bàbá ó mà ṣọ́rí. Ó yá ẹ wo ẹ̀yìn lélẹ́yìí wájú ni bàbá ó wọ wájú lọ à ní oore ọ̀fẹ́ láti débẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Ìpàràpá, Tápà, Gàngán, Igbó Ọ̀rà, Làlátẹ̀,
Gómìnà Mákindé tó ti ráyè lóde sọ́pọ́ọ̀tì wa ká gbalẹ̀ Yorùbá. No more election 2023. No more ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ́ bá sọ́pọ́ọ̀tì wa Ògúnlọ́kà yóò ṣìmọ̀lẹ̀ ló máa pa yín ṣe ti rí báyìí. Ó yá àwọn tí gómìnà Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà ṣe ti rí Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà gómìnà wà ń bí OPC wà ń bí ṣe ti rí à ń lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ Sẹ́ríkì báyìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kó jáde sọ̀rọ̀. Ó yẹ jáde ká lọ kọ́ bàbá. Ẹ wo ẹ̀yìn, ẹ wo president Nàìjíríà gan lórí burúkú ni kò ní àdúró eruku ọ̀pọ̀ yapata. Media baba come on. Ẹ súnmọ́ wọn, ẹ máa súnmọ́ wọn, ẹ máa filẹ̀. Your life in Igangan, Ìbàràpá. Ó ní pé olóyè Sunday Adeyemo kò ní wá, wọ́n ti wá o. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ àlè Yorùbá, a wà ní bíbẹ̀ yìí. Ṣèyí Mákindé ó yẹ kó àwọn eruku ẹ wá. A ti wà ní Ìgangan, Ìgangan la wà báyìí. Ìgangan la wà báyìí. Ẹ wo àwọn èèyàn tó tún yàyà jáde. Bàbá wa ṣí fọlọ́yè Ìgbòho ló lọ yẹn. Ṣé ti rí wọn ló lọ lókè yẹn? Bá mi gbé báàgì yẹn. Má bọ̀. Báwo náà? Báwo? Ẹ jẹ́ kí bá. Hello. Hey, give way. Ẹ kúrò jọ. Kúrò. Kọjá yọ. Oya. Life. Internet to put your own. Ẹ jẹ́ kí mi mú password ẹ̀ sórí mo ti wà on báyìí. Ṣé máa ma sọ̀rọ̀? Ó yẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀. Ọbí ẹni máa lọ jìnnà. Really done.
Guys, I will also share with you the few things he said there. He didn't really say much. He just wanted people to know that they are all right. Don't worry. So, let me tell you something that is going on that some of you may not have paid attention to. And I'm going to share this with you as a Yoruba and to the rest, to share it with the rest of my viewers. What is going on in Yoruba land right now has triggered a national and worldwide solidarity, especially with this generation of Yorubas who are now considering, seeing the light and seeing better, that Yorubas actually can get better We can get better if our politicians and all those who are parading themselves as Yoruba leaders right now, if they decided to change course and begin to ask for what rightfully belongs to Yoruba, genuinely, and let those who are telling them it's impossible or this or that, let them know that if you are not going to give up what we are asking for, these young people in Yoruba land, they are angry, they are ambitious, they are no longer patient, they are seeing things and they are seeing why they continue to live below the standard of their peers all over the world. They are seeing now, and they are now questioning their existence. And when these things gain momentum, gain ground, because internationally right now, we are many who are now Oduduwa Republic supporters, Oduduwa Republic campaigners. We are just waiting for that moment that we will begin to raise funds internationally for the support of Oduduwa Republic. When Yorubas finally found that ground to see reason why it is the right thing to do. So if you are afraid of a generation that's this don't look generation, this don't look generation are old now. This generation, this generation is angry. And if these politicians of today fail to realize that, they will be consumed by the inferno of the anger of this coming generation. You don't know how it's going to play out. I don't know how long it's going to take. But with what I'm seeing, it is just right next there. And it will be great for those who are now who believe in this ideology but just don't know how to go about it to begin to come together. Genuinely, stop attacking yourselves. Stop attacking your own sons and daughters. Stop attacking those who are fighting for the betterment. Something better. You can give them better. Give them something good. And that is why we cannot in any way question the action and the approach of Sunday Adeyemo so far. Let me tell you what's going on. The OPC, Odua People's Congress, worldwide, including those who were active soldiers back in Nigeria, but they are no longer in Nigeria. They have all been activated now all over the world. What does that mean? In every field that every one of them is now specialized in, from with zombies and those who are also planning to return back to Nigeria in case this leads to Yorubas having to defend Yoruba land. So many of them are planning to go back. Some of them are planning to raise funds from outside Nigeria. So, and the recruitment, the enlightenment for Yorubas to be prepared and don't listen to any politicians about 2023 election, because they are only looking forward to keeping you alive, killing those they can kill, and then they get what they want and watch you be murdered and killed, kidnapped. So they will tell you to go and pray at the end of the day. So the awareness that is now going on right now is that Yoruba young people will find a common ground. Once they finally found that common ground, even when these current politicians, Tifnumbu and Co., when they try to stop them, they will be consumed first. You heard that video where that guy was saying, if they bond you well, send your thug, send your police, send everybody to come here today, to come and meet us. We are here. Seyi Makinde won't send them. They would rather be looking for a way to find Sunday Igboho secluded, and they can grab him. Let me tell you something. Sunday Igboho, I went to his house when I went to Nigeria, okay? And it was actually something that was coincidental, so to say. You know me, they call me troublemaker. So I shared a video of Sunday Igboho on Maiyegun's diary. Then the video went viral. People started saying it was where Sunday Igboho said it will be the next governor for your state because of a movie. It was co-sponsoring then. So at the premiere of the movie, he said, I'm going to be the next governor. It was referring to that movie. That was taken out of context and people started abusing, attacking him. When I was at work one day and I saw all these missed calls, messages from who? From this guy, Sunday Igboho. It's like, please, the rest is history. So we became friends and we're talking. So when I got, he said, whenever you are in Nigeria, Maiyegun, please, I would like to see you, sir. You know, all of that. I said, about no wahala. So I got to Nigeria and I went to see him. Let me tell you something. We can all sit down behind our camera, our phones, and be imagining things, how this can be and that can be. I went to see this guy. And I can tell you, he has his own army. I'm talking about army. Guys who are ready to die there if any attack. Sunday Igboho has never been attacked in his home. He's built himself this big place, and he has these different houses for all these guys who are working with him. They said he works as a, as a land owner and all of that, and so many other businesses he's doing. But for whatever it is, this guy is not somebody you can just push and say, your soldiers will just move their battalion, move down to Soka to go and meet Sunday Igboho. And you will not see that, well, for those who knows him, I was there. My friends who went with me, they felt intimidated. I mean, it's just need to see it. So today, Sunday Igboho made everyone realize that it's not going to go anywhere for anybody. Whatever threat anyone has, let them bring it. He's not saying that they won't try to kill him or they won't kill him or they can't kill him. What he is saying is that for those that will come for the mission, that will eventually take his life, you can count on how many of those people that will go back, if they will ever go back, to report that they have killed Sunday Igboho. He is confident about it. I didn't see much of him, but the little I saw when I was in Nigeria, God help Nigeria, God help Yoruba land, if this should escalate. So they have told us that the Oodua People's Congress, Sunday Igboho made us realize that, yeah, everybody may be giving some speeches, giving some press conferences in the papers online and all of that, just to probably disguise their positions. But on the ground, there is a collaborative effort to ensure that there is indeed one big force pushback. And if, when I say pushback, Sunday Igboho and so many other hierarchies of Oodua People's Congress, the Agbekoyas, and so many other people who are working behind the scene to ensure that Yorubas will push back. And if the Fulanis use their federal might, then that is when those who are still hiding or pretending and the rest for political reasons will come out clean and say, you know what, you are not going to start war in Yoruba land and watch us support Nigeria. It's not going to happen. So that is when you'll be able to separate the enemies of Yoruba land and the friends of Yoruba land. At that point, that is where Sunday Igboho said, there is so much concerted effort for all Yorubas to return if this should escalate. We are not going to be pushed over. And that was the impression of what they did in Igangan today. For those cowards, for those liver crumb chasers, for those who are trying to turn this into politics because of what they are going to eat in 2023, you don't even pray. Just pray that you make it to that 2023 with the problem of insecurity in Yoruba land. So many of your political leaders will not even go to all those places to campaign because of insecurity. But they will tell you, don't worry, God is your savior. Sunday Igboho sent a message today that if na army we need in Yoruba land, we get the army. If na the weapon to protect ourselves we want in Yoruba land, we will get the weapons. And if they think it's a joke, right, then let them push it and try it. Let them use the federal might as they have been using it elsewhere and see if they will not trigger a political war. When I say political war, even politicians who like Nigeria, at that point, they will take a stand and tell you that, you know what, I'm not going to sit back and watch my people killed. To hell with Nigeria. Now then they will know that Nigeria is going to break up. And the way you thought it was going to happen, it will just happen different way. That is where we are now getting to. When Sunday Igboho and his team, when they waited for a while, some people said he was wearing our African bulletproof. Now you sabi, but he went there today, but there was no Fulani in town. That is the statement. Whatever will happen tomorrow, that will wait for tomorrow. But what happened today was that the 7 days ultimatum given by Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, the Yoruba, our own Yoruba activist, Yoruba nation activist. Whenever you see Sunday Igboho now, just call him Comrade Sunday Igboho. From now on, you don't need to agree with him. Okay? Those who have the power to speak for us, speak grammar, Oshibajo, Tinubu, all the 6 governors in Yoruba land, all our imam, our pastors, our bishop, all our obas, traditional rulers, how many of them are speaking up for us? How many of them are able to speak out? Even Seyi Makinde is, in the southwest, in Yoruba land. We are now calling them Fulani. We call them Fulani men in the south. And in northern Nigeria, they call them bandits. And all in all, they are actually terrorists. So our political class, the people you all claim we should respect, they are all pretending that all these news, all these stories, they don't mean anything, because politically it will cost them something. Now, if they now push to the point that we now have somebody who has it and said, well, if you want to kill us, let them kill us. Let them kill us, and then we will know that we die for trying to keep and save our land. And we are not going to listen to the likes of Femi Oponu Adesina, Femi Oponu Ademis Road, who told the people that your land or your life, that you should embrace your brothers, meaning embrace your killers, live with them in peace when they take over your land after killing your family. That was what Femi Oponu Ademis Road said from Ekwetumodu in Osun State. The same Osun State where Ekwetumodu Ijesha, where they are now excavating gold and there is nobody to dare them. In Yoruba land, the Fulanis are in Ekwetumodu in Ijesha, drilling gold. But Femi Oponu Adesina, who we can now possibly class as someone in Yoruba, his only advice was your land or your life. Why don't you give your land so that you can live in peace? How do you live in peace with people who kill you to take over your land? Sunday Igboho is some more call. Wherever you see him, don't join those who are calling him out. Don't join those who are denigrating him. Don't join those who are calling him names. You may not agree with all his, approach and all of that. If it is better, let Tinubu come out and do the same thing and tell the Fulanis to leave Yoruba land for committing crime in Yoruba land, and see if his 2023 election will not end that moment. What is more important, 2023 election or the safety of the Yorubas in Yoruba land? Watch the final part when they left.
Ẹ wo bàbá wa ṣe Sunday Adeyemo Igboho tí àwọn kan ti sọ pé ọ̀hún ní lọ tẹ́tí láti wà ní gọ̀gán ní báyà á múra láti máa lọ. Ṣé ti rí bàbá wa ṣe Sunday Adeyemo Igboho tó ní pé kò ní lọ sí ìlú Ìparapà ìlú Gangan ibẹ̀ làwọn àbá ẹ̀ presently adé sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ awí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá wa ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ẹ wo ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ ènìyàn president wọn ló lè ní. Ṣé àwí ṣàbí àwíire? Balógun.
Ìṣe lamọ ọmọ kọlẹ̀ Yorùbá àtọmọlè. Olóyè Sunday Adeyemo Igboho òní live and direct ní Igangan. Mo rò bí a rí èrò pẹ̀lú olóyè Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. Bàbá dẹ̀ ti declare a ò fẹ́ Fúlàní mọ́, a ò fẹ́ Fúlàní lórílẹ̀ wa mọ́. Live and direct. Ẹ ti rí báyìí o. Balógun ilẹ̀ Igangan ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ Jagun ilẹ̀ Igangan ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí pé ó tó gẹ́ ọmọ Néfì èyí tí Fúlàní ṣe tó gẹ́ gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé ò ráyè rẹ o gómìnà Ṣèyí Mákindé tó ráyè rẹ o ìwọ tó níran Fúlàní ni ẹ́ tó ní wọ́n máa pa àwọn èèyàn wa àwọn èèyàn jáde o wọ́n lólóyè Sunday Adeyemo Igboho làwọn tẹ̀lé o. Akọni ọkùnrin ogun májà sọ́ládì sọ ọmọ aládìkún lẹ́ ń rí yẹn o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o.
Fúlàní lu Fúlàní ò lè wọ̀ ní ìbọn gbogbo Fúlàní adúlùfẹ́ ti sá lọ àwọn ọjà ti dé ìlú
kò sí máìkì ni.
ara ìyẹn ó yẹ ká ní sáì tó máa lọ.
Olóyè Sunday Adeyemo Igboho ṣà owó bàbá Dami ẹkùn bàbá Yomide ṣe ti rí o akíkanjú ọkùnrin ogun
Báṣọ̀rú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá
àkùkọ gàgàrà tó gorí àpáta lọ rẹ̀ létéńté ṣe ti rérò ṣe ti rí o. Olóyè Sunday Adeyemo Igboho.
I know some of you are feeling like, yeah, I know. I was feeling so proud too. You know, it's been a long time. Yorubas have been living on their old glories for a very long time. They have been lying to our people. They have been telling us that we are peaceful, we are accommodating, we are loving, and if they kill us, we should take it. We should pretend that we are still happy people, we are still loving, and the rest of who does that? Those are the old glories that are gone. But I believe that short clip there, as a Yoruba man, tell me, say you don't feel them, you don't feel personally like, yeah, now I feel like Yorubas will be ready. If more Yorubas can know that the land they have is that you are not part of Nigeria. You have been Yorubas before Nigeria. Yorubas have been in existence for centuries. Before the Oyibos came and the rest of them merged you together and created Nigeria. You cannot be more Nigerian than being a Yoruba man. So they are taking all of that away from you, making you feel like there's this big thing about Nigeria that you, as a Nigerian, as a Yoruba man, you have to protect, even if they are killing you. Even when you are watching your people, look at the areas our people are living in. And that's how they are going to stay for the next 100 years, as long as they belong to Nigeria. The only people that will be having better lives, change of life, change of everything, they will always be the politicians, the loafers, you know, the scoundrels, the pickpockets who are stealing money from you. But you as a Yoruba man, as a Yoruba woman, how do you feel then? Do you feel threatened? Do you feel like, oh, they are going to kill our people anymore? That moment you are watching that scene, did you feel like that? Be honest. Do you not feel like, oh boy, it's true? Or it's like people are ready. So people will listen if they have leaders. So, don't you feel like that? That is what this generation is asking for. They don't want Nigeria. All those of you, they are ramming Nigeria into down your throat. You will soon realize that it is the greatest mistake your forefathers made. It is the greatest mistake our own forebearers made by agreeing to a Nigeria that has no future for us. And that is why today, when we are sharing in the poverty capital of the world, Yoruba has shared part of it. Our children are out of school too. Our children are, they are in labor camps all over the world. You know about that. Yes, our children, our young people, they are roaming the streets, turning to whatever they can do to survive, crying in Yoruba land. Now we are going to be watching them. being killed by those you cannot even fight. So tell me about it. They are looking for leaders. So they lie to their parents. Now if they realize that they can change their destiny, even if na stone, okuta ile adide. If nobody stands to fight for this generation of Yorubas, something will rise from nowhere. And if Sunday Igboho, Comrade Sunday Igboho, if he is that light, if he is that sun rising from the east, so be it. It is not a popularity contest. Do you understand? Why must it be him? Why must it be a person who must lead Yoruba must have this standard? Where is Tinubu? Where is Obasanjo? Where is Wole Soyinka? What are those other people? Where are those other people who can boldly come out and say, enough? We have shared in all the mysteries of Nigeria. We have shared in the greed. We have shared in the looting. We have shared in the destruction, underdevelopment. We have shared in the poverty. Now, you want us to share in the insecurity and keep quiet? Of course not. Especially when we know those who are perpetrating the criminality. We will mention them, we will name them, and we will go after them. If you try to stop us, we will fight you. That's what every leader should be saying right now in Yoruba land. Nobody should be doing political correctness. I don't like the way he said it. I don't like him. Is it not Igboho the PDP? Or is it not Igboho APC? Or is it not Igboho this or that? He is not that Igboho anymore. Listen to me. All those impressions you have about him, he is doing something that will likely keep me, you, my generation, your generation, and generation after us, that will keep them in existence on the land that you and I call ours. He is doing that. Okay? So that makes him a comrade. Your brother, Omo Oduduwa, a genuine one. And people like that in my own book, they will never do anything wrong. He's done something today that may mean nothing to you because you are watching the video, you are reading the comments. That may mean nothing to you. It may not really mean much to you, especially if you are not in Nigeria or you are not in Igboho. It may not really mean much to you. But you see, every individual you see in that video, every person in that video, they know the story of why people are in Igangan today. And they know the impact of what that visit will be on their lives. This is the visit they have been asking for from Seyi Makinde, from the government, from the police, from Amotekun, from the Nigerian army. They were not given this protection. They were not given this visit. They were ignored. This is the visit that every village, every town in Yoruba land must witness. And to some of you, to all of us who are not in Nigeria, let me tell you this. I know I have friends, very, very great friends, all of you, my very great friends here, that anytime we have a centralized, coordinated Oduduwa Republic awareness team, people are doing a lot right now, okay? They are doing this here and there, but when I see what the likes of AY Citizen has done, when I see, because these are the pioneers, these are the people who push this thing to educate, to raise the awareness that Yoruba can actually have it better. But like I said, it is not a popularity contest. So if I don't mention your name, don't see it as a popularity contest. My spirit this minute said I should mention them. These guys paved the way for what we are now seeing today, the generation discussing the betterment of Yoruba land. And they are now going against the position of the traditional position of their political, religious, and traditional leaders. They are now changing that course. They are now questioning that arrangement with Nigeria. So you have to give credit to these guys. No, AY Citizen, Koiki, my brother Koiki Media was even accused of, I said this guy got mental problem because he was talking passionately about how he felt about Yoruba land. And some Yorubas, they tagged him, mental and the rest of them, abused him, called him names. But today, his advocacy has done tremendously well for the cause of raising awareness in Yoruba land. I'm going to give him a credit for that. And one day I'm going to bring him on here to have a chat with me. He's been an incredible person. He's done so much to help Comrade Sunday Igboho's engagement, advocacy in fighting for this same, against this same Fulani invader. This is not the first time. It is just like this is the first time that some Yoruba political class decided that they will go after Sunday Igboho. 2 years ago, he led, or he was with a team put together according to Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, Iba Gani Adams, that then Iba said they put together a team of Agbekoyas, some OPC members, well-trained shooters, and they sent them into Okeogun, Ibarapa. You remember, it was Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, Iba Gani Adams, that first officially raised the invasion of Yoruba land by Fulani terrorists. It was 2 years ago. They attacked him, they abused him, but last year, he raised the same alarm again, that, you know what, for those who don't believe it has even gone more, they will begin to kidnap our people now for ransom, because they're already doing it, and nobody's touching them, and on and on and on. So they put together a team to go after these criminals, and Sunday Igboho was part of that team. I know many of you saw that video. If you didn't see that of 2 years ago, you probably saw the one of last year, where they engaged these terrorists. And these guys, Yoruba, we call them Yoruba hunters, if you remember that video. So they were walking inside a stream, going after these killers. And the report they brought back was, according to them, they were able to push them back. But they have pushed back since Buhari rigged his second-term election. And now, those who benefited in Oyo State politically due to the insecurity and all of that, even Seyi Makinde campaigned because of all these attacks. He campaigned to bring that to an end when he becomes governor by setting up a special security team. So he did, he set up Operation Burst. But Operation Burst is not going after Fulani terrorists. He started Amotekun. Amotekun went after terrorists one time, they regretted it, they recanted, and they denied that they attacked terrorists. So all this gone, Sunday Igboho is back. So Koiki Media, my dear brother, whenever you see him, call him Comrade Koiki. And when you see a white citizen, which he prefer to be called, call him Comrade AY as well. I said call them comrades because we all have something in common. Whether you are a PDP, whether you are APC, whether you have all this, you can have them. It's your choice, all right? But with time, do not lose that interest of your land, and do not let that fake love for a fake country called Nigeria make you turn your eyes or turn blind eyes towards the atrocities being committed in your land for political exigencies. Don't do that. It will make you a bastard, anomaly in Yoruba land. When people say, will Yoruba fight for themselves? I think we have the army. We have the ready-made young people, young and old, that will end up coming together, if it ever comes to that, to defend Yoruba land. I don't think we are going to lack any army. If Amotekun is not going to do it, the young people in Yoruba land will do it. And as Sunday Igboho said, they will begin to visit every state, every town in Yoruba land to let them know that it is time for you to be ready. Like we used to say when I was in Odogbolu Grammar School, they would say, in case of incasity. In case of incasity means that in case Ijawa Ijausi, Yoruba should be ready like this. Ijawa Ijausi, just walk about like this. So that if anybody say, give them 3, let them know that this is Yoruba land. You want to live with us in peace? Then you have to do what our own tradition requires. Because I'm not gonna be allowed to go to Kano to start a pig farm, to start growing pigs, pork, and all of that. Even some of my brothers in Yoruba land will say, when they finally attack or kill me, they will say, why you yourself go look for trouble? You know that you can't start a pig farm, or somebody can bring a cow to your farm where you're growing your crops, cash crop and food crops and all of that, destroy them. And when you ask them and face or question them, they will shame you, tie you down, and butcher you into pieces. In Yoruba land, though, not in Borno State, in Yoruba land, on your father's land, come on, guys, we will fight it. And when I say fight it, I mean we will defend ourselves. I don't support any violence. From what I have shown you so far, did you see any violence? It's not about violence. It's about telling them, here, and this is the rules. If you're going to stay here, you have to obey the rules. And that is exactly the right thing to do. It is not by pleading to the mercy of terrorists simply because you don't want to be attacked. When anyone tells you that Sunday Igboho, they will do this to Sunday Igboho, they will do that to Sunday Igboho, remember this. Whatever they do to Sunday Igboho, they will do it to you too. And if they try anything with him this time around, you should know that they are also trying something with you. What would you do if they come for you? Would you fight or surrender? That is what you should think about when they come for Sunday Igboho. If you fight, when you can't be there to fight for them physically, think about how many ways you can help them make this happen. I know other ways I can make them make it happen. I'm actually going to be so great in raising funds for them. I can't wait for a day. I'm going to sit down here and say, guys, we have raised £2 million for Oduduwa Republic campaign. I will champion that and I will spend to make that happen. But let's continue the awareness. Let's continue to tell ourselves that it is possible. You deserve better. Until you demand for it, you will never get it. For those who are there today, they need to team up with this generation asking for a change. If they are not going to do something about it, they will become casualties of that revolution. Maybe some of you say you don't want revolution. Abi, revolution is coming. It's going to come anyhow. And with what we have in the East, with what is brewing in the West, well, it is just a matter of time. If you don't believe, just pray for a long life. Now I can go to bed and sleep and pray that all of you will join me in showing support to them. When you see any opportunity of helping them, reaching out, and all of that in your own capacity, please do it. I know what it takes to continue to push a campaign like this. It is manifesting. Yorubas will find our roots. If the elders today who led us into this dungeon, if they are now forming, Steve Wonder, blind to our problems, we will speak up. And if you have to help, please join them. You don't have to agree with all the approaches, okay? Show that solidarity. We are now all comrades for Oduduwa Republic. I can go to bed now and have a sleep. Let me play you this anthem before I go to bed, all right? And then we will continue with this, with any new updates tomorrow. As some Oduduwa, listen to this. Dìde lọ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. Thank you everyone for your time with me tonight. I'm going to give you more updates on this tomorrow. And for those who spend their time with me as well, with those who have shared the broadcast, thank you. Now use this minute before you go. Take off this chat, click on, close that chat in live chat and go on there and give me your thumb up if you enjoyed the broadcast tonight, okay? Share the broadcast with your friends as well, and then I'm going to see you again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed to my page yet, or to my channel, do it before you go. Set your notification on. It's going to be rosy this year. So the credit to all the videos I've shared with you tonight goes to Ishokon Oduduwa TV Facebook page, which I believe my honorable brothers and then, comrade brothers, Koiki, and some other brilliant minds are managing. Kudos to you guys. You are doing a great job. We are feeding right information to our brothers and sisters outside Nigeria. You are doing a great job. That's why I'm pleading with you. Any of you who have any chance of reaching out to them to support them in any way, in any means that you see them, please don't overlook. These guys are doing a great job at a very, very subsidized, rate, time, money. If you have it, if you don't have that time and you have the money, please reach out to them as little as possible, as much as possible. And we will continue to do this until more people know that they deserve better than what they are getting. And if they are political leaders in Yoruba land, religious leaders, traditional leaders, and everyone parading himself as a leader in Yoruba land, if they fail to acknowledge that, they will become casualty of their own greed. Do this before you go, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Kíkó nìna kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. democracy.